My name is Kochunov. Whether you are new to meditation, you are a longtime practitioner, or you're somewhere in between, it's my pleasure to warmly welcome you to this meditation and mindfulness series. If you choose to join us, I will be your video companion. There are three things that I'd like to cover in this video. The first is to share a little bit about my background. The second is to give a brief overview of the course. And the third is to offer some thoughts on mindfulness and meditation. So with that, a little bit about me. I am a parishioner at Christ Episcopal Church in Los Altos, where I currently serve as a minister for adult formation. My journey with meditation began in medical school when I learned to meditate as a way to manage stress and create a little more space and peace in the busyness of my life. I maintained a meditation practice through the years and have been so transformed, and I have benefited so much from the practice that I wanted to share this with others. So in 2023, I finished up a 2-year mindfulness and meditation teacher training program with Jack Kornfield and Tara Brock. I also felt called to help people navigate loss and grief. So I obtained a certificate as an end-of-life doula from the University of Vermont. My vision for this series is that I can share some of the practices that have brought benefit to me in the hopes that you might benefit from them also. Benefiting by cultivating greater space, curiosity, and kindness for your experiences. Now, to introduce the series, each video will run somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes. There are 2 tracks. The first is a Buddhist or secular meditation and mindfulness track. The second is a Christian contemplative track. Most of the meditations will be heavily guided. In some cases, I will be providing an introduction to the practice. If that introduction goes over about a minute, I'll be sure to provide a timestamp so that if you wish to return to that video later, you can start immediately just with the practice. Now, part of the meditation and mindfulness journey is to take the practice off of the cushion or the chair or wherever you're practicing into daily life. Many of these practices can be adapted as a mini break during the day, whether you're sitting at your desk, you're standing in line at the grocery store, or you're doing one of your normal daily tasks like eating. Now, to offer a few words about meditation and mindfulness. There are a lot of different definitions out there. Most of these definitions share 3 important aspects. The first is that there is an intention to cultivate your awareness. You bring attention to the present moment, to the sensations, to the thoughts, to whatever the object or focus is for that mindfulness or meditation practice. And there's also an invitation to cultivate an attitude of kindness, curiosity, and non-judgment. So if you find yourself asking, why would I meditate? This sounds great. There are published studies and anecdotal reports of benefits associated with a sustained and regular mindfulness or meditation practice. First, there are physical benefits. Meditation and mindfulness have been linked to lower blood pressure, improved heart health, better sleep quality, just to name a few. There are mental benefits, which may include enhancing focus and concentration. Perhaps there is an increase in productivity. Regular practice can help improve emotional regulation, reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. There may be spiritual benefits as well. Many people find a sense of peace and connectedness through meditation or a fostering of spiritual growth. Now, there are many types of meditations out there. We will be working with some of them. Some of them are focused on paying attention to sensations or emotions or thoughts in the present moment. Perhaps it's even a task like mindful eating or mindful walking. There are concentration meditations, which involve focusing on a single point or object. That point or object could be a single word or a phrase, maybe a candle flame, or another object in your surroundings, a sound. Some practices are focused on cultivating specific qualities like loving kindness. As you prepare for meditation, it can be very helpful to, as much as possible, find a quiet and comfortable place where you can minimize distractions, and to try to find a time in your schedule where you can set aside 10, 15 minutes. If you're trying to build a regular practice, it can be very beneficial to find a consistent time to start that routine. And you may need to experiment with what works best for your day. There are some basic techniques. I will mostly be teaching in a seated position, and most of my cues will be for seated meditation. When you're seated, you can be in a chair. You can choose a cushion on the floor. You can also meditate standing up or lying down. What I ask you to think about is that you find a balance between your physical comfort and your physical needs, as well as your ability to maintain attention and alertness. You can choose to meditate with your eyes open or closed. Either are great options. You could choose to experiment with both of them. There are some common challenges. Distractions probably being one of the most difficult ones. Those distractions can be internal and external. So it's very normal for your mind to wander. And every time you notice your mind wandering, that is a moment of mindfulness. And it is an invitation to come back to the practice, to simply notice, yes, my mind is doing what it always does, to gently bring it back to the practice. Sometimes it can be challenging to deal with any of the external distractions. So just know that sometimes things arise. If there is something that is so distracting, like there's construction right outside your window, you may need to find another time. Managing expectations can also be challenging. Meditation's a process. Any progress that you might perceive or want may be very slow and gradual. So I invite you to be patient with yourself as much as possible to avoid self-criticism. Every session is valuable. And in fact, every session is valuable and different. Just like life, you never know what you're necessarily going to get. So a practice that may have consistently provided a sense of peace and release for you might be extremely challenging some days. The same practice that might be challenging for you some days might foster some of the qualities that you're looking for. So it is an invitation to accept whatever is there for you, whatever is your experience in those moments. Physical discomfort is another challenge. So certainly if it's a minor discomfort, you can choose to work with that. You may need to shift your position. You may need to change your position. If you have frank physical pain, please take care of yourself. Other types of pain might be related to intense reactions, whether emotional or psychological. So if you experience intense thoughts or feelings, know that you can choose to work with them. If it's too distressing, you can break away from the meditation and do what you need to for your own self-care. When you embark on a meditation and mindfulness journey and you are creating a space that minimizes the outside distractions, sometimes the things that you are worried about or that have angered you or frustrated you bubble up. And this is an invitation for you to attend to some of those things. So I just want to thank you for your attention during this video. I also hope that you will find a connection with some of the practices here. And if you have a regular meditation practice, that there might be something new here for you to try. I wish you the best for you on your meditation and mindfulness journey. Bye for now.